This is lesson 16, number 2. The number of trees in a rainforest decreases each month by 0.5%. The forest currently has 2.5 billion trees. Complete the following to create an expression that represents how many trees will be left in 10 years, then evaluate it. So the number of trees left will be 2.5 minus remember in the parentheses, so that 2.5 is our initial amount. And then in the parentheses, when there's a percent change involved, is always 1 plus or minus R. Are the trees growing or decaying over time?
I'm decaying.
Okay, good, because it says decreases. So whatever it is needs to be smaller than 1. They probably all are. But it has to be 1 minus whatever 0.5% is as the decimal of it. Meaning like after you convert it from a percent to a decimal. Yes, it's still also technically a decimal, but we want the percent sign to cancel. And that only cancels by dividing 100%. So like when you have the percent on top and bottom, that sign cancels. 0.5 divided by 100, I believe is 0.005, but I don't trust myself, so I'm going to check it in my calculator. Yep, so 0.005. And 1 minus 0.005 is 0.995. And that is what will be in the parentheses, 0.995. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know what this 12 times 10 is. Weird. Oh, that's supposed to be an exponent. So I might need to edit this to put the little caret in so that it shows as an exponent. Because it says that it's decreasing by this each month, and you're basically figuring out how many months there are in 10 years. So if there's 12 months in 1 year, how many months are there in 10 years? Good. So then this is what I am putting in my calculator. I'm doing this off to the side. I mean, if you want to see me pull up a calculator screen, I could do that. But if you are getting a decimal other than 1.3699657, like a super long decimal, let's see what they want us to round to in a second. So about 1.37 billion. So yeah, questions on that? I will edit this to make it clear that that's supposed to be an exponent because that is kind of like weird that it's not clear about that. And that comes from 12 months for every year, and there's 10 years. All right, so questions on any other practices, study guides, Gunner? Number 3 on lesson 16. All right. So from 2005 to 2015, a population of lions is modeled by this equation. T being the number of years since 2005. So how many were there in 2005? That I can do without doing any math based on what we've talked about before. However, you could also just do the math too and just be like on the safe side. If T is years since 2005, how many years since 2005 is 2005?
Yeah.
So if you are using a calculator, this is what you would put in. And anything to the 0 power equals what?
0.
Not 0.
Oh, is it one?
Yep. And that's why our answer is about 1,500 lines, but you could put this in your calculator and check for sure. But since it was like when time started, just by looking at my exponential function, I know this is gonna be my initial in that spot. But still, like, do the math. You can't go wrong. So about 1,500 lions. Is the population of lions over this decade increasing or decreasing? That you get from this part of it. So does multiplying by a 0.98 increase or decrease? It decreases it, because anytime you multiply by something smaller than one and you can test it out, it will decrease over time. So there's that, it's decreasing. Also, I say that, but I know on your test, like your unit test, it's gonna try and trick you. When in doubt, graph it, look from left to right, is it growing or is it decaying? This one will be decreasing. And about how many lions are there in 2015? Well, if T is years since 2005, how far away is 2015 from 2005? So we're gonna put that as our exponent and put that in the calculator. And then if you're getting something other than, hold on, other than 1,225.6-ish, then let me know. The number closest would be 1,206. All right, so good on this one. Questions on others? It would be any practice and study guide and Excel. If you've been doing the iExcel and submitting them, you might not see an impact on your grade yet, but definitely Friday, once I put in a project grade, which is your minor check, you'll start seeing it affect your grade. Right now, it would like overly inflate your grade, so it's not really doing anything right now. Right, but other questions for now? Then, it's okay. Other kind of